Doc and Susanna present Little Newsies.
Hey you, are you 5? I am, baby. My name is Bram.
And I'm Jake, Bram's dad, but some people call me BoxerBlu. Blah! And here is the news.
Oh, Bram. Oh, I'm so angry right now. Oh, Dad, come on. I'm so sorry. It wasn't my fault. What are you talking about? You left the potatoes right by the toilet. Hi, everybody. Yeah, my dad and I are kind of, mad right now. Well, he's mad at me because I kind of. You flushed a potato down the toilet. Yes, I flushed a potato down the toilet. That's true. But everybody, today, it's March 9th, 2021, and it's Get Over It Day. Well, Bram, I'm not quite sure if I can get over it, but I'm glad you want me to. Yeah. Okay, so our first story, maybe you've heard about Andrew Cuomo. Bram, I'm not sure if this is appropriate for a young audience. Oh, yes, of course it is. Andrew Cuomo, he's the governor of New York. Well, what does the governor do again, Bram? I don't quite remember. Oh, Dad, governor is kind of like the boss of a state, right? Like Chris Christie, right? Oh, yeah, like when he was sitting on the beach and, just like the beaches were closed. Dad, let's not talk about that. Let's focus on Andrew Cuomo today. Okay. So, Andrew Cuomo has been in the news recently for a couple reasons. One of them is he was basically, he hid information. Yes, that's right. And, he often said bad things about Donald Trump, our last president, too, for sometimes, being extra positive or hiding the information or whatever you want to call it. Yes, And so he basically got caught hiding information about nursing homes, people that were kind of like hurt, and he didn't share the information. Yes, and so now some of the people that I used to work with are saying he harassed them. Bram, could you explain what harassment is? Sure. Let me drink a glass of water. I'm like thirsty. Bram, we don't have to know every single thing you're doing. Oh, yes, that's probably true. So harassment is basically when you're annoying somebody. You're saying something really bad, saying something really mean, or whatever. In this case, he had people who were working under him who were, women. And he obviously is a man of power because he's the governor, right? So he would say things and They took it wrongly, like he would say something like, "Oh, I want to kiss your face," or something like that. I mean, you just don't say something like that if you're a boss, right? Yeah, so you're saying like when you're the boss, you have to have a responsibility to not do stuff like that, right? Yeah, sort of like Spider-Man, right? Great power, great responsibility. That's right. Douche. So I don't know if you know about this, but my dad and I, we like going to used bookstores and buying all these books. We always get Dr. Seuss books. That's right, So some of the books I just love, like Are You My Mother? That one's really good. Yeah, and another one I like is the Happy Birthday book. Whatever that's called. No, that one's not my favorite. Thank you. But anyway, so I don't know if you've heard this, but the publisher, the people who make Dr. Seuss books, they basically they're saying six of those books, no more. They're not going to make them anymore. Oh, that's right. And so the titles of those books, one is called like The Cat's Quizzes, and one is called Scrambled Egg Super. I've never heard of any of these books, and one is called the if I'm in the zoo, or If in the Zoo. Oh yes, that's right. Well, what's the problem with these books, Dad? Like I don't really understand. Well, these books show racist imagery. Racist imagery? Can you give an example? Well, sure. Like in one of those books, pretty much every Asian character has like a hat, kind of like you see in some stereotypical cartoons and things that make fun of Asian people. Oh, you mean like those big round hats? Yes, and in this one particular book, the only time you see Asian people not wearing a hat like that, they're carrying a white person up. Oh, this is kind of like colonial times. Something like that, right. Theodore Geisel, back in the day, as wonderful as the books he's made are. Sometimes he made some racist pictures in the past. Like he showed black people that looked, they had very exaggerated features, like very big features that made them not look very good. Yes, exactly. So the publisher is taking these away. Yes, and so Fox News, I saw. Bram, why are you watching Fox News? No, never mind. But Fox News, they said something like, why are we canceling Dr. Seuss? In this case, I think it makes sense. Douche. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a Cabbage Patch doll.
Bram, how do you even know what a Cabbage Patch doll is?
Well, like back in the day, I used to watch all these, movies.
Back in the day, Bram, you're 6 years old.
Yeah, I know, but I've looked at some of your pictures and stuff, right? Like, I remember you knew a kid who made, like, a Transformers versus Cabbage Patch Kid movie in the 80s.
Yes, so anyway, Bram, would you consider getting a baby Whitney doll instead?
A baby Whitney doll? I don't know what that... What is that?
I'm telling you this because Loretta Whitfield, she just passed away from Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yes, Loretta Whitfield in the 1980s, she created the first ever realistic, mass-produced African-American doll. It was called Baby Whitney. She hand-painted the eyes, and she put a lot of care into it, and about 3,500 of these dolls were sold. Wow! Douche. Bram?
Yes?
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, Dad, I don't know. Sometimes I think about being a potato farmer.
Bram, don't mention potatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I'm thinking about being an ice cream man.
Oh, Bram, okay. Have you ever thought about becoming a doctor?
Yes, but I don't know if they'll have a space for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, didn't you hear this? This was in the New York Times. It was in last week or so. Sometimes, so basically, to become a doctor, right, you have to go to school for a long time, right?
Yes.
And you have to go and apply to what's known as a residency program.
A residency program? What does that mean? I don't understand. Like you're living there or something?
No, it's just like a big special program. It's very intensive. I don't know. People have to sleep the night. They work late shifts, night shifts, and it's a very, it's a difficult program.
Yes, but what are you saying exactly?
Well, this program, they don't have enough spaces for people.
Oh, I understand.
Yes, it's like to go to medical school in America costs like $200,000 or something like that. It's very, very expensive.
Yes.
And sometimes when people apply, like especially if they, for whatever reason, like something happens in their life and they apply late to become a resident, there may not be a spot for them. Like sometimes there's just no spot automatically. They don't have a chance.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I hope they correct that problem.
Oh, yes, me too. I saw just now, the Association of American Medical Colleges. They say that by 2033, something like there's gonna be a shortage of 100,000 physicians.
What's a physician?
A doctor.
Oh, so we have to fix that problem.
Yes, definitely.
Douche. Dad, talking about careers, I really want to go to space one day.
Bram, maybe you can, with SpaceX.
Oh, SpaceX, that's Elon Musk's thing. We talk about that in Little News Ears a lot, don't we?
Well, it's been in the news quite often, but basically there's a young lady, she's 29 years old, so she's not a kid anymore, but she's going very soon to space.
Oh, wow!
Yes, the St. Jude Hospital and a man named Jared Isaacman, who's a billionaire entrepreneur.
Oh, entrepreneur, I always like saying that word, it's so fancy.
Yes, so they're sending her name is Haley Arsenault. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. It seems like it's a French name.
Oh yes, entrepreneur Arsenault.
Yes. So anyway, she had cancer when she was like 10 years old, and she beat it.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's amazing.
Yes. And so this billionaire that I mentioned, Jared Isaacman, and St. Jude Hospital, they're sending her to space. She'll be the youngest American ever in space, and she's the only American ever to have a prosthetic limb or a part.
Wow, what?
What's a prosthetic? What is that? Oh, well, when she had cancer, one of her legs, a bone was replaced.
Oh, yes, and so I looked this up, and so some of her bones were replaced by prosthetic parts, kind of like fancy plastic or something like that.
Oh, wow. Well, this is just very exciting. I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah, me too. Oh, one thing I want to say about that story that's pretty exciting. It's a case where private enterprise can do things that the government can't do.
Well, we all know that, Bram.
Dad, let's not talk about like your libertarian thoughts right now.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. No problem.
Yes, so because this young lady, she has prosthetic limbs, as we mentioned, she couldn't go to space on NASA. It just wouldn't be possible at all.
Oh, yes. I do understand exactly what you're saying.
Yes, but because the private enterprise, Elon Musk and everything, she can go to space.
Oh, that's really cool. Douche.
So we just heard that sound, and if you listen to our show, we've done maybe 90 of these shows or so. That's the sound where it's time to go.
Yes, and so it's time to tell the world what Bram did with the toilet and the potato, and I'm so angry.
Dad, you should share how we got it out.
Okay, so very, very briefly, my son, for some reason, he put a potato in the toilet.
Yeah, I was trying to count by putting 1 and 2 and just kind of counting.
So anyway, we didn't know what to do, right? So we got a toilet snake.
Yes, at first I thought it was a real cobra that would go down the toilet.
Yeah, so it wasn't it's this black coil thing you buy at Lowe's. It's like $30 or something like that. And so we tried to kind of shove that thing down the toilet.
Yes, and it didn't really work because it's like a rubber arrow, like a bow and arrow that kind of tries to push it. It was a bad idea.
Yes, so in the end, what we did, Bram and I, we emptied the water of the toilet. We took the toilet off its hinges or whatever they're called.
I think they're called toilet screws.
I don't really know what they're called. But we took the toilet off. It was very, very heavy. We had to get our neighbor, Mr. Colossal, down here.
Oh, yes, and he's a very weird guy.
Yes, so Mr. Colossal came down here. We live in a science center, if you don't know that. And, Mr. Colossal, don't tell anybody. But anyway, we moved this toilet. We took it outside. We flipped it over, and then I saw the potatoes peeking out at me.
Yes, it's like right there, like Indiana Jones, when they're trying to reach for the Holy Grail, but you can't.
Yes, and so we couldn't get out the potato.
Yeah, so I thought maybe we get a corkscrew. I'll stick my hand in there.
But the toilet's all gross. We don't want to do that. Why would we do that? Blah, no. So in the end, here's a solution. We turned the toilet upside down. We took a garden hose.
Yes, we put the garden hose in the back of the toilet, right in the hole, and we just flushed it out.
Yes. But anyway, the point that I want to share is that sort of like with Destination Imagination, which I've heard about. I'm a dog man. I can't do Destination Imagination, of course.
Yes. You felt really good.
Yes, there was this problem that I had to solve, and we had to use our brain, and we got the potato out, and I yelled out, "The potato is out! The potato is out!" It was amazing.
Yes. So you're not mad at me, right?
I guess I'm not.
As always, thanks for listening to Little News Ears.
I love you, Bram. Even if you put a potato in the toilet, I will always give you a hug and a kiss.
Thanks, Dad. I love you too. I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again. Bye.
Do you want this week's news? Go to littlenewsears.com.
Don't forget to check out our videos on youtube.com and our teacher lesson plans and more on littlenewsears.com. May your sweetness shine.
And your colors glow. Blah. Sources for today's broadcast include the New York Times and CNN.